Good morning, Pulsakins. How are we doing out there in crypto land? Welcome to the DeFi Crypto Alliance show, where we're going to be talking about how we're using cryptocurrency as that wealth creation tool and using some real world assets down the road, like real estate, as a wealth preservation tool. And man, we are still in exciting times, in my opinion, even though most people would say this is the most boringest time and that everything is just collapsing. Hey, this is the time when I DCA. So you guys out there in crypto Twitter land, keep selling your bags. I'm going to keep buying. I'm going to keep DCAing. I'm going to keep holding because I believe this is the ecosystem to change the trajectory of not only my life, but my family's lives and the friends who I want to bring along for the ride. This is never financial advice, of course, but I believe in this stuff through and through. Dane will be joining us here in a little bit. And a couple things I wanted to notate today on today's show is I noticed that the ETH ETF got postponed or got taken away. They was supposed to be, the S1s got sent back and they were going to start, the liquidity was supposed to be coming in on the 2nd of this month, so tomorrow. And then now I'm seeing there's a new news article I saw on Twitter. I think it's accurate. Who knows? That the 7th would be the time when we're going to start seeing some of these inflows. And if you guys know in the chat more than I do, I mean, be more than happy to comment. I don't know the full details of this. I would love to see the inflow start coming sooner than later. But if it doesn't come sooner than later, then fine. That just means we're going to be down here in the bottom a little bit longer. It means we're going to drag sideways. All crypto will probably drag sideways if the ETH ETF gets pushed any further. I mean, it's not just our ecosystem. I mean, guys, we did a 5X in the pre-having altcoin season. Okay, Pulse Chain did a 5X. PulseX did like a 7 to 8X, and the Ink token freaking did like a 15X. While over on Avalanche, that did like a 3X. Cardano did a 3X. Phantom was a 3X. I think Avalanche did a 5X too. There was a few of them that did a 5X. And so, I mean, we're right on cue with the rest of the market. So if we're saying these ETH ETF inflows are going to, kind of give us that next altcoin season push, then, then it affects our ecosystem just as much as any other ecosystem. Not to mention there's 2 entities that we know of that holds over 310,000 ETH. So these are things that we all got to take in consideration. Now, whether or not they come in and buy, who cares? Who knows? I don't know. But it is affecting our ecosystem. So yeah, guys, welcome to the show today. I'm going to hit the chats while we're waiting for Dane. Another fun talking point too is I saw Kraken comment what coins they want to be listed next. Wouldn't that be awesome if we can get Pulse Chain on there? I saw Sami. My hat's off to him as always. I love my friend Sami, or your friend Sami. I don't care what people say about him on Twitter. He's one of the guys who's doing the good work in Pulse Chain land. And I saw him make a video specifically for Kraken. I haven't watched that video. I need to go watch it. It's like 10 minutes long. I saw. I've been busy all morning. But he made a video for Kraken to basically display Pulse Chain to them. And that's all the community just absolutely blowing that thread up. So I recommend you going in there and commenting that you guys want this ecosystem listed. Specifically Pulse Chain, Hex, PulseX, Ink token. I would love those coins listed on Kraken. I know you guys are like, but we're DeFi. Yes, I'm DeFi. But how cool would it be to list these coins while they're in their bottom? Usually when you get a listing is when it's a top signal because things are overheated in that ecosystem. Man, I would love to get us listed here in the bottom of the bear. And it doesn't happen now. Maybe it happens after there's some clarity around the SEC case. I don't know. That's some speculation there for you. We saw, I think it was OKX. They had listed us and they dropped us during the SEC FUD. So you can see that type of news bothered them. But then again, you can look at other ecosystems like XRP, being targeted by the SEC. In fact, actually, no, now that I think about it, XRP wasn't listed on most exchanges during the SEC lawsuit. So I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe we do need a little more clarity, but go and beat Kraken up anyways. I would love Kraken to list our stuff. It's funny because I actually use Kraken as an on-ramp. That's who I personally use when Coast is not up and running, because they've never blocked my stable coin or Ethereum coming off of Kraken into DeFi. They've never blocked it for me. I've heard people getting blocked by them, but I mean, Coinbase, man, it's like rolling the dice whether or not you're going to get blocked on Coinbase. And so, yeah, I like Kraken. They do charge a little bit more in fees than Coinbase if you are using them. That's because Coinbase has the relationship with Circle, USDC, so there's no fees with USDC specifically. Or in Kraken, there will be a small fee there. But hey, for the assurity that I don't get blocked while I'm waiting for Coast to get back up and running, hey, that's good enough for me. So let's go to the chats now. We got Mr. Fast Abdul. If you guys didn't watch that show yesterday, go check it out. It was a fire show. He literally just kind of came on here and threw up on us with all the different stuff that's going on in his world with 2 fucks, with the Camel clan. And yeah, guys, I mean, he's building like crazy. Also bribery. I mean, guys, go check that show out if you want to know what's going on in the world of Fast Abdul and the Camel clan. I'm excited for this stuff. I'm using 2 fucks myself. You know, it's one of my favorite protocols right now on Pulse Chain. And I think it will continue being larger money's favorite protocol. It's not that I have large money. I don't. In fact, I'm probably going to up my money over there. But it's a super cool protocol that I think whales would enjoy. So what up, Crypto Joe? How we doing? I know it's Tuesday, man. You know what we're doing out here in Puerto Rico on a Tuesday, bro? We are dodging hurricanes. Literally, we had Hurricane Beryl graze the island, pass by us. I wake up at 6 in the morning. I wake up because the wind's blowing. It wasn't a lot. It was like probably 20 or 30 mile an hour wind. And it was raining. And it was Hurricane Beryl passing us by. But there is hurricane warnings for Jamaica and Cayman Islands as Beryl is going directly into those next. And so anybody out there, if I was out there, I'd be leaving the island. It's a Cat 5 hurricane now, and we dodged it. So that's a good thing. Urban Productions, what's up, man? Rug X, man, I think everything's rug today, right? I still have my Corvette, though. Look, bro, I still got the blue C8. I have the red C8. I got the yellow C8. I sold my orange C8, which was a real C8 for Pulse Chain. But we're not rugged yet, man. And Solid X to me is still looking great, in my opinion. So is Pulse Chain. I think it's all looking great. In fact, I'm doing a DCA this week, mainly into the blue chip assets. I am going to throw a bullet or 2 over into Solid X. I've already got a bag of it. So, you know, you only need so much exposure before I'm balancing my portfolio. I'm like, look, I'm probably overexposed in this asset, which technically I'm kind of am right now at Solid X. So if I did throw something in there, it'd be a bullet, maybe. But I do want more blue chip exposure. I went in pretty good size with PulseX and Inc. last week. I think this week, man, it's going to be PHEX. I know it's crazy, right? Can you believe I'm saying that? I'm going to go into PHEX. I'm going to go into more Pulse, although I am very happy with my Pulse bags. I'm going to buy a little bit more because I like these prices. And then, you guys are going to hate me for it, but I'm going to buy a little bit of EHEX, man. You could buy 1 million EHEX right now for about $1,400. If we get even close to the BankX price, man, I mean, I literally, so if it costs me $1,400, you know, and we pump to the BankX price, that's a 7x roughly. I haven't done the math. It was 7x there for a while. I think it still is. Man, that's like, you know, $10,000 of buy power now that I have that I could put in PHEX. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, guys, I wouldn't ignore it. It's a great lottery play. I love the 90-10, you know, blue chip to lottery ethos that Salmi likes to talk about. I kind of treat my portfolio the same. That's what I'm saying. Solid X is probably a little bit heavy on my lottery side, but man, I need a little more EHEX, I think. Yeah, a lot of guys are going to hate me for that. Let's go, Hex, Pulse X. Man, I love these prices, man. And I love that we're showing a lot of formation of bottoming. Now, mainly in Pulse X and Inc. And then now Pulse has shown some starting to on the ETH chart. We were talking about that the other day. We call that the secret chart that no one knows about, except for maybe Hans and Axis. But everyone else in the community likes to point to the dollar chart. I like to point to the ETH chart, and I like what I'm seeing there. In fact, let's bring it up real quick. I will even show you guys. I think I have. Let's go look at the charts real quick. That's why you guys come here, right? Where you can see my rookie TA skills. Let me enlarge this a little bit for everyone can see. All right. You guys are probably wondering why I have the Inc. Pulse X chart up. That's because I opened up a nice liquidity position because I feel like we're going to be moving sideways or even downward a little bit for a while. I think it's going to be a lot of sideways. And so I opened up a pretty good size liquidity position on my Inc. and Pulse X. So I want to track what's going on from where I opened it. This blue line here is where I opened it. If we continue going, this is kind of like my stop loss. And then I need to put a stop loss up to the upside where I pull my LP because I don't want to go through the permanent loss. So I probably would put it on the top of this, either this range. Now, probably at the top of this candle is where I'd put my other if it went the other way. But let me see. Yeah, it never lets me draw good lines when I'm streaming for some reason. It doesn't. Let me try it. Come on. Somewhere in that range. Anyways, let's take a look at the pulse to ETH ratio. Let's see where we're at here, because that's what the one I am really watching. It's the one I call our secret chart that no one ever likes to talk about. And where did I miss it? I know it's here. This is my my actual watch list, guys, because either I have a very small position to a very large position in a lot of these assets. Some of them I sold. Like I sold Wolf off when it pumped really hard a couple of weeks ago. It did like literally a 2 or 3x, and I just went, I sold it and bridged it over and put it into Pulse. Where am I missing it at? Pulse to ETH. Come on, where are you? I can just bring it up here. Where are you? Let's just do this that way. PLS, that ETH. I have the chart there. And if my computer doesn't start running a little bit faster, guys, we're just not going to look at the chart because it is freaking painful how slow it's going. Always does this when I stream too. Here it is. This is the chart I love looking at, guys, because it really shows me, it paints the full story for me. I mean, wouldn't we want to compare it against ETH when ETH is like the main indicator of this bull run with the ETS? And don't we need to beat ETH gains? And ETH is going to do quite well, in my opinion. It does way better than the dollar. And so if we're forming a bottom against ETH and ETH goes up, well, that's just bullish as shit for Pulse Chain. So here we go. So let me put it as the dollar, though. Let's put it against ETH. And then you can see here, I drew the W. We'll see if it W's out. We need to beat this candle here. We got to break it to confirm. But man, this is bullish, guys, the way that it's setting up. And see, this is the higher low on the ETH chart, and I would like to see this kind of pump up and break this high. And I mean, it maybe not. Maybe it just run sideways for a while. We'll just create very long structure here, kind of how we did with the SEC news back in the day. I would love to see that too. I would just want to see this form structure around ETH, because I mean, the thing is, guys, if ETH is going to be the main asset that we got to beat for this bull run, well, that's what we need to be compared against. And so I love that chart. Absolutely love that chart. Sorry it took so long to bring it up, guys, but my freaking computer runs so slow when I'm streaming. It's the internet. I know it's the internet here in Puerto Rico. So yeah, guys, smash the likes, hit the subscribe. Come on, give the notification a pounding. If you guys over on Twitter, it's great. Come over and then smash the likes, hit the subscribe over on YouTube, just to help our algorithm. Let's boost it up. We like cutting through narratives. We like talking money. We like talking crypto. We like talking real estate, and we like talking Pulse Chain and stuff that's being built on Pulse Chain. We even talk about meme coins sometimes. So you guys over on Twitter, come over. We're not against meme coins. Exciting times ahead. Yeah, I agree, Rich. What up, Mr. Red Squirrel? Man, I'm excited for Tetra. When is it coming, bro? I want it. I need it. Let's get it going. I got a bag. What's going on with that? Paul Sachs, what's up, bro? Dang, Cabal rug to the upside again. Good to see you. Yeah, man. I think I'm officially in the Cabal. I don't know how that works. Can you let me know? What's the initiation? I want to get jumped in. If I have to get jumped in, let's do it. I mean, I want to be part of this Cabal. What's up, Ink Token Maxi? My man. That's Brizology. Love Briz. That's for sure. Philip, ETH has been one gwei for EHEX 2. Yeah, man, that's obviously a very strong indicator that ETH has bottomed, right? Local bottom, not market cycle bottom. Market cycle bottom was like, I don't know, $800-900, something ridiculous. But local bottom, it's showing, there's not a lot of usage over on the Ethereum chain. And yeah, ETH one gwei. That is crazy. Yeah, you can go and stake Hex if you want. I mean, if I had confidence that the ETH would stay at one gwei, you could even have like a rolling monthly stake off of that. That's what I do on Pulse Chain, right? I have this nice bag of Hex. I'm rolling it monthly, and because you can. On Ethereum, usually it gets pretty expensive. Although, I mean, if you have enough, it's still worth your while. But it's just, yeah. What up, D Nice, my man? Keeping it real out there, brother. Nice seeing you again on Friday, bro, on open mic. Come back on anytime. If there was a forbidden sin on Pulse Chain, staking Hex on Ethereum would be it. Oh, man. I agree with that. It's like it is the most hated of hated coins, even in our ecosystem, right? Our community hates it. All the other crypto influencers and communities hate Hex, and that includes EHEX. Then our community hates Hex, and then even the founder, even the founder hates EHEX. And so, yeah, I'm gonna go buy a million of it just for shits and giggles this week. That's just me, though. That's my money. It's never financial advice. I could get wrecked for all I care. And he could come out and tweet again how much it sucks, and it would crash it down another 80-90%. K Crypto, wow, you are so focused on RH coins. Nice. I prefer some. Yeah, man, I'm diversified a little bit, bro. You saw my watch list. I am a little bit diversified, but the majority of my holdings are in RH core assets. Man, it's just a matter of like, I put the puzzle pieces together. I see the script. The script has already been written, and we're just playing a role in it. And it's so freaking obvious. Like, it is our job. Someone the other day on our show, it is our job as investors to spot opportunity and find value. Man, that is our ecosystem written all over it. SEC FUD. Ethereum hasn't done shit yet in comparison to these ETFs getting approved. What else is there? RH not streaming. Like, if there's not opportunity screaming all over our ecosystem, I feel like this is where you can get the best bang for your buck, man. I do have some diversification over on Ethereum, but not a lot. So it's just where you base your faith, I guess, or where you see the best opportunity. I mean, at the end of the movie, man, that is what our job is, to spot opportunity. Sinner, Paul Sachs. Yeah, man, you are talking just some blasphemy right there. Staking some EHEX. Is ETF priced in? Hell no, it's not, bro. And it wasn't in Bitcoin either. And that's why we saw it break to an all-time high pre-halving. In fact, we saw the Bitcoin ETF inflows come, and it sold off. We saw Grayscale absolutely murder the price. Maybe not murder. For Bitcoin, it was murder. When the Bitcoin ETF inflow started coming in, and when the trading happened. And we could see the same on Ethereum, man. I think Ethereum is the easiest. Now, once again, it's not financial advice. I'm just a dude on the internet speculating on my own money, right? You go do what you want. You go buy stocks and bonds, like Sami always says. I don't care. But I tell my friends who have very large holdings who want to place some money and not go down the speculation rabbit hole too much. I say, you just go buy ETH, man, and get a free 5 to 10x on your money. Like, that's like, dude, to me, it's like the most no-brainer move. And then if I believe Pulse Chain is truly leveraged on ETH because there are two entities that hold over 310,000 Ethereum, which makes them like one of the largest holders. If I believe that, then why don't I just go one layer deeper and buy Pulse, right? Then you can buy, you can go a layer deeper, buy Pulse X, buy Inc, buy Hex. And then if you want to get more speculative, you could buy some of these meme coins and stuff and some of these utility tokens. So that's my opinion. I do not think it's priced in yet. That's my opinion. Crypto is so inefficient. The markets are so inefficient that it's easy to spot value in the priced in kind of narrative, how the stock market world, it does work pretty well. But we're just such a new, inefficient marketplace that things don't get priced in really. Yeah, Brizology say, nah, I agree 110%, bro. It's just not, it's not priced in yet. What up, Mr. 70? If you guys are not watching Crypto 7, I suggest you go over there and smash the likes and hit subscribe on his show too. He puts just an amazing amount of value out into our ecosystem. So we thank you, sir. 152 ETH wallets with over 1 billion when ETH does a 4x from here. Yeah, man, I agree, man. There's a lot of Ethereum that will favor our ecosystem. I like to count, the wallet that we all know holds 170,000 ETH. And then there's the wallet that is the Genesis wallet of the Ethereum ICO. We like to call him Godwell. He owns like another, I think it's 150, 100, and I don't know. I got to go look again, 140. But that's a lot of money, right? And so I like combining both of those because both of those entities that we know of like buying the stuff that we like. So why would you not speculate in that direction, right? Crypto 7. I mean, that's what I would do if you're trying to get leverage, especially on the ETF. Otherwise, you can go buy ETH. Then a play, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I like Ethereum. Man. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But if I want the leverage play, yeah, to your point, Crypto 7, that's the way to go. And so once again, guys, go subscribe to his show too. He does an amazing job of putting some amazing content out there. And we got Dane in the house. What up, bro? How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Great. Doing great, man. I'm oh, is my internet connection working all right?
You're lagging and lying.
I'm lagging and quiet. How about this? Testing.
He's lagging on my end, guys. I don't know if it's my internet or his internet. Can you guys let me know in the chat? Is he lagging on the show? Let me know in the chat if it's me or him. Might be me because I don't see the chat. Oh, he's out. All right. Well, we're going to move on. Pulse X has bottomed. Yep. I agree with that, man. It is shown very strong structure. And so I feel like Pulse X and Inc. are front running the blue chips. They're just front running the blue chips. And so like next will probably be Pulse now that it's kind of showing that formation against the ETH chart. And then, then good old Hex. So I got nothing against Hex, guys. But and like I said, on my next DCA is probably going to include Hex. But Brizology, how much possible upside ETH from here if it isn't priced in? Yeah, Brizology, if you want to speculate a little bit, Dane was fine. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I okay? Is my internet lagging? Do I need to go out and come back in? Freaking Puerto Rico, man. We're out here dodging hurricanes. Yeah, Briz has no idea, man. easy 5 to 10x. That's my opinion, not financial advice. I could be totally wrong. Maybe only does a 2x, but can you see only doing a 2x on ETH inflow? It just doesn't. I don't see a world that would happen. I'm all right too. I know it's weird. Okay, it was just Dane coming through on my end, and we'll see if he hops back in or not. So yeah. Are you guys commenting over on the Kraken post? If you guys have not seen that, go find it on Twitter. And like I said, Sami made a video. I'll say it again. My hat's off to Sami. I love Sami, and a lot of you guys don't like him. I love Sami. He helped keep my resolve all through the SEC FUD bear market. And yeah, he created a video, a 10-minute video of why they should list Pulse Chain. Like, it was so cool. And he posted it like in their thread. And so if you want to go in there and either comment on his video, help boost that up, or just comment on Kraken's thread, would be great to see if we can get some more eyeballs on Pulse Chain, to see if we can get Kraken to consider it. Maybe they'll like consider it, and then once there's some clarity around the SEC, maybe they'll list us. So yeah, it'll be interesting. So yeah, I shared Sami's post. Man, it's powerful, bro. I know people like, they like to say, oh, we don't like exchange listings, especially in our ecosystem, right? Because we're DeFi people. Like, we've been taught by Richard Hart, like, we're probably one of the smartest crypto users in all of crypto, right? And so, like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's not true DeFi. Why do you got to list it on a centralized exchange? Man, it's just for exposure, right? That's all we want to do it for. We're going to get on there and make it easy for the normie to come in there and buy Pulse Chain. Like, that's what we need. Like, to come on there, and people who can buy, as they're buying their Ethereum and buying their Bitcoin and buying their Dogecoin and buying whatever else they're buying, they can add a little bit of Pulse Chain in there. This is a brand new layer 1 blockchain that's launched, that's never seen a bull run, right? That whole narrative. And a lot of people understand what layer 1s are, or, new blockchains, and they saw what happened with ETH. They saw what happened with AVAX. They saw what happened with Phantom. They saw what happened with Solana. They saw what happened, with all these different layer 1s that launched last cycle. And so people understand that. And if we can just make it easy for them to buy it, it would be super, super powerful. And so that's why I want it on there. I wouldn't necessarily probably use it too much. And it would make, I just thought about this. If they listed Pulse Chain, then they should have the ability, this will be freaking sick, to, when I'm off-ramping off of Kraken, I don't have to go to Ethereum no more and use the bridge to come over. I could just go directly to Pulse Chain. That would be a dream come true for me, because I use Kraken as an on-ramp. And so if we could see that happen, and I think, what's their name? The one that the Pulse Chain Foundation got us on, I can't remember the name of the exchange, is MXC or whatever it's called. They can do it. You can off-ramp into directly on Pulse Chain, and that would save us the ETH fees, right? I mean, I know the fees aren't a lot right now with one Gwei, but as I know, that's not always the case. When the bull run starts kicking up, it would be nice to be able to get on and off whatever direction you want to go without using Ethereum. And before, all we had was Coast. Coast was an amazing tool and an amazing way to get on and off, but we don't have that in the US. Not yet, and I'm hoping it happens soon. I think they said, shortly they're going to have it up and going, which will be awesome. But even still, we want to have more than just one, right? Kraken's a very widely used centralized exchange, and so it would be an amazing on and off ramp for Pulse Chain, and I would use it. Honestly, I would use it. So I would hope that this comes to fruition someday, which it could if we beat them up enough and spam them enough, and then RH gets a little clarity around him. Then why wouldn't they list us? That's my opinion. Maybe because the OA owns 90% of the coins. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we had OKX list us. We got MXC listing us now. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. You have the XRP guys. I mean, I think those guys hold 70%, and all they do is dump on their community's heads. At least our big wallet holder doesn't sit there and just mega dump on us 24/7. I mean, we got that going for us, and maybe that could be explained to them. I don't know. They just need to understand how it works. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. So yeah. Yeah, man. Pulse on Kraken, possibly awesome. Yeah, I would love it because for me, it's the on and off ramp, man. I can avoid Ethereum. Like I said, it just, more money that I could put into Pulse Chain, the better, even if it's just a couple $100. I mean, that adds up. If you're doing a DCA, twice a month, well, that, $100 to $200 turns into $200 to $400 monthly. And then you add that up over like a year, which is what I've been DCAing now. I've been DCAing a year. And so, it wasn't the whole time. We had coast for a little while, but if say you did, I mean, $400 times 10 months, that's $4,000. A lot of money, man. So MEXC was nice too, but USA citizens can't access that one. Yeah, but they're a pretty good size centralized exchange in the rest of the world, which is good. Your work, great, Corey. What's up, Crypto Joe, my man? And would be easy to cash out via Kraken also, right? Man, it's just another on and off ramp. So let's everybody go in there and spam that post as best you can. Get the good word out there, and I mean, let's get us on multiple centralized exchanges. I also saw that Richard Hart did, and you guys can correct me on this. He worked on, or his lawyers, or did something like this. They did an amicus brief for CZ. Can you guys help me with that if you know a little bit more information about that? That's very interesting that if Richard Hart is helping CZ with his particular case, that'd be very interesting. Would CZ maybe then return the favor in the future? Binance is one of the biggest centralized exchanges in the world. I mean, they generate, guys, in revenue, $24 billion a year with a B. It is insane what they do. It's one of the most profitable businesses in the world. It's up there like with Amazon and stuff. Binance is ridiculous. And so it'd be very, very cool if we can get on their centralized exchange. I don't know what's going to happen. And it's just, I'm just a big dreamer maybe by thinking that way. But I would be about that if they could do it. So, but I saw something like that that Richard was helping out CZ. I don't know what exactly. I thought it was like an amicus brief or something to that nature, or something that his lawyers were doing. Maybe you guys could help me out there. Let me know what exactly he was doing for CZ, but that would be really cool if Richard can make some friends there. I always said, and one of our talking points, me and Dane on the show, is if Richard could have made just a few more friends in the crypto space that were very high profile friends, people like CZ, right? That would go a long ways. It would carry a lot of clout. It would help him in many different ways. They would be able to team up, when stuff goes bad, like the stupid SEC going after everybody and raining down on these attacks. It'd have been cool to see like all these different communities come together. And so, yeah, I get it why Richard didn't at the same time, but just a few people, people like Charles Hopkinson's. He's one that I feel like kind of has the same ethos as Richard, although they don't express it the same way. I think that would have been a good friendship to been struck up. CZ would be one, and maybe a few others out there. I would like to see, in the future when he does make his return, if he had a few friends that he would align with up, and that people that's had the same values as him. They don't have to express it the same way. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? We all have our own beliefs in the way we carry ourselves. And I get it. And maybe a lot of these people, they're hurt by Richard Hart's ego, and that's fine. But maybe Richard Hart can kind of like, tone it down a little bit and make some friends with these guys. I know. Am I speaking blasphemy here, guys? I don't know. I would like to see him have a couple more friends in this space. It's a big space. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of shitty people. It's probably more shitty people than good people. But it would be cool if he could kind of like align himself with a couple of the good people. So, yeah, let's go back to the comments that we got. Yeah, it would be easy to cash out via Kraken. I think I covered that one, especially with the USA folks. Yep, there are friends in the crypto world. Yeah, there is, man. There is friends out there. Maybe for you, there are no friends in the crypto world, but there are friends out there. I've made a lot of friends in the crypto world. In fact, I tell people, real estate made me friends all across the United States. And I've said this many times in the show. And crypto's made me friends all across the world. It's actually how I ended up in Puerto Rico. Like I was out here for a real estate event and I posted on Twitter. It's like, hey, how many Hexicans are out here in Puerto Rico? And then it was like, my feed blew up. And so I went out and met them. And that's what moved me out here. What's up, Dane? You're back.
I restarted my modem and restarted my computer. I should be good. We'll give it a try.
You sound good to me.
My audio's all right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Audio's all right. Your video looks good. Yeah, man. We're just discussing, ETH ETF inflows are now going to be starting on July 7th. That is the new news that has just kind of came into light this morning. And then I told everybody to go and spam the crap out of that Kraken.
I saw that. That was cool. That would be so nice to have a direct on-ramp to Pulse there. That would be sweet.
It'd be amazing. Because U.S. people could use that to get in and out. We could avoid Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum is like one gwei today, but we know that's not always the case. It's just not. We usually get beat up over there. I'm probably on average, man. On average, I wouldn't surprise me if I spend $200 in gas every time I'm trying to come over to Pulse Chain. At least 100. Between the fees on Kraken and on Ethereum, so it's between about $100 to $200. Yeah, man, I'd be about it. I would be about it.
Agreed. That'd be sweet. And I'm curious, do you think, Corey? I don't know if you've discussed this already. Do you think that the ETF gets pushed down the road some more? Do you think we actually see inflows start happening in July?
It's interesting. We're so close to the date now. Of course, we were close to July 2nd too. It was supposed to be today. And then they sent back the S1s for some revisions. And now those revisions have been made and sent back in, and they're anticipating July 7th. As of we know right now, the S1s have not been sent back and we're 5 days out. So I don't know, man. 50-50.
It feels like to me that the actual documentation of going back and forth is pretty freaking close. I think that part we're really close on. I think the actual products to be able to sell to the public for the ETH ETFs. I watched a video and it sounds like, a lot of the market was anticipating that, this wouldn't be going through till, maybe the end of the year, maybe early next, something like that. And so there was some conjecture on whether or not the products associated with the ETFs would be ready to go and how long something like that might take. I wouldn't be surprised. Here's kind of what I'm thinking is likely to happen. I think that we see the approvals this month. I think that we could start to see some inflows, but I would be willing to bet, and I could be wrong, but I would bet that the inflows would start more strongly in August and September. Yep. We see a lot more starting then. You see the products that these guys want to roll out. That's when they roll them out. And you see,
I think we see a sell-off on ETH initially, in my opinion. I think we see some more downward pressure. And why do I say that? Because we're in a movie and the script's already been written. Just follow the cycles. Like the cycle says that we don't start pumping, into your point, until, September, August, at the earliest, right? And so, yeah, I don't anticipate it happening, overnight. Now it could get approved and inflows could start on the 7th. But we saw it in Bitcoin. Grayscale absolutely hammered the price down on Bitcoin after the trading came to the table. Like it was after, and Grayscale started selling it down, and then it started pumping after that, and that's when we hit the new all-time high pre-halving.
That's an interesting point. There isn't a Grayscale that holds ETH, though, right?
Yeah, but who else? What other entities are out there that we may or may not know about?
Right. You could absolutely have a sell the news event initially. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
We could be holding in this $3,500 range because people were anticipating for a sell the news all the way up from like, I think from 2,900, 2,800 is when the ETFs were when initially the approval happened. Like that whole 2,800 of 3,500 could be the traders holding big bags, waiting for these sell the news type. I don't know. Once again, we're speculating. We're just dudes on the internet. It's never financial advice. I mean, but
It's exciting. It's exciting to think about, at least short term, right? I think the ETFs are not what, the crypto heads want as far as decentralization and things of that nature. But it is exciting shorter term, at least this cycle, for everything else that we own and hold. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep. Yep. Super, super positive. Either way, I'm all about it. And I'm all about more downward or sideways price action too. Like although I was showing the charts earlier, man, the charts look great.
They look really good. I'm feeling more and more confident that we're bottomed. I'd like to go see on the Pulse chart. I'd like to go see it kind of retest these lows or close to them. We bounced.
You're looking at the wrong chart. You haven't been on our show in a while. You got to look at the secret chart. We have the secret chart that we show everybody now, and I'll bring it up. Let me go back
up again. Let's see it.
I got to bring it up. Let me go back. This is the secret chart that no one shows except for Hans. Maybe Access, but Hans will reference this chart. And in fact, he's the one that referenced it when I saw it. And he was like, oh, that is a nice, perfect secret W you're playing out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is the secret chart. That only our viewers know about this chart. Only our viewers. Okay, let me. I have to pull the chart up first, because if I do it after I screen share, it takes like 20 seconds to load. It's like ridiculous after I screen share. I don't know why that is. It's because I'm in freaking Puerto Rico. That's why it is. Okay. This is the secret chart. That's it, man. It made a higher low, and it's coming out of that higher low. We'll see if it continues. It needs to break this region here. It needs to break that region here to validate. So whether it does or not, that remains to be unseen. It could get smashed down, but this is it, man. To me, this chart holds more validity than the US chart. This holds more validity. This is on the daily, but it holds more validity. Like, why do I care about the dollar anyways? I need to beat ETH. And if I know ETH, I know it's never financial advice. I know ETH is going to do quite well here in the future. Then I need the chart against ETH. I need to see what we're doing against ETH. And so I don't know. We're reforming a W. Yes. Is it going to break that zone? It remains to be unseen. It could get smashed back down. I don't know. This is all speculation, but I like what it's doing.
Yeah.
I like where it's going. And so Hans was the first one that pointed it out to me. And when he did that,
we have what is that? About 2 weeks worth of sideways action?
Yeah. So getting smacked down. The last real big smackdown was May 20th, right? And then we got down in here, and then that's when we kind of really started forming, this right here.
What's the date on that low? What is
the low?
Yeah, right there. End of May.
End of May.
Yeah, about a month. Okay.
I like it.
It's good, man. I like it too. In fact, all the RH tickers kind of look similar to this right now.
And that's the thing.
Which is
Pulse
cool.
X and Inc. All in my opinion, they're just front running the other tickers. That's it.
They're are front running, right? Agreed.
They're front running. Yeah, they're favored by the market. The market is buying those tickers a little bit more, and they're getting front run. Hex is not showing any sign, really, in my opinion. I mean, I need to dig deeper, but I'm not seeing much. As far as bottom, let's see if I can load it. I don't know if it's going to load. But I'm going to DCA in the Hex this week, to be honest with you. I'm going to buy a little bit of P Hex. It's not going to load. Oh, here it goes.
There it is.
Finally load. And I need to chart it against Pulse.
Yeah, let's see that.
Chart it against. not against the dollar. Once again, we want to go against the native asset. Unless you're on the native asset, then going against Ethereum, in my opinion, is the best way to go. Not my opinion. I learned it from Hans. I can't take credit. I can't take credit for it, but it is our secret chart, Dane. Don't go sharing that with crypto Twitter. Okay.
That's right.
We want to front run crypto Twitter.
That's right.
See how long it takes if I'm sharing at the same time. It just doesn't want to load. Come on. It doesn't. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's trying to find structure, and it's basing off. There's a lot of liquidity in this range here. And this is on the daily, so I mean, this is good.
I mean, if you zoom in, technically those are higher lows there on the daily.
I think they are. Let's take a look if it lets me. Welcome to Puerto Rico Internet. Come on. Yeah. It's not going to let me, Dane. You want to try it on yours real quick, see if yours does it? If I'll stop sharing and let's see if yours pulls it up. I think you're right though. I think they are very slight higher lows. I think you're right. Oh man, Oliver, you are not shitting me on that. The Pulse X ratio looked promising. With Pulse X, the Pulse X is like a freaking rocket ship. It's like in price discovery against Pulse, man. It's funny because Pulse X and Inc are going to be just fine. They're all going to be fine, and I'm going to own them all. That's my goal. That's my goal. I'm going to own them all. So, yeah, they're higher lows, Dane. I can already tell.
Yeah,
I can already tell. So my next DCA this week, yeah, I'm going to go into some more PHEX. I'm going to buy some Pulse. I went pretty good with Pulse X and Inc. But I want to add up to this bag why we're down in these bottom ranges. I feel like this is bottom, and I want to get in and get some of this stuff, all this stuff, while we're in these ranges. So yeah, PHEX will be one of my buys this week.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. I said it. And no, I will not be staking it 5555. Sorry, guys. I will be rolling that with my monthly stake. I got myself a good sized monthly stake that I like, and I'm going to keep rolling it, and I'm going to add it to that bag.
I mean, you're looking solid against the dollar here. We've got
it's not bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, about a week here where it seems to trying to be rebounding. And I mean, it's funny, you still see all the super. I'm bullish too. You see a lot of the dollar price calls still on Twitter. I don't necessarily know if we're going to get there, but I mean, you're buying at half a penny here. I mean, it feels like your upside versus your risk to reward here feels good. It feels really strong.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we can get smashed down a little bit more, and I'm okay with that risk, right? It's where it's at on the price chart, the entirety of the price chart. Look
at this right here. We're sitting at, since Pulse Chain launch, we're sitting at this low back here too, right on it.
What date is that? SEC FUD?
August 25th.
August 25th.
Yep. So here's the SEC right here.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm buying it, man. I've made my decision.
And it bleeds.
I'm buying it. And I'm gonna add it to my monthly rolling. Yep.
Interesting.
I think my bags. Yeah, I think I'm underweight probably PHEX now. If I try to percentage in comparison to the blue chips. Yeah, I think I'm underweight on it. Anyways, my biggest one, of course, is still Pulse. But man, I love those node validators. So I'm just going to keep those node validators cranking away.
Sure.
I've had them going for over a year now. I can't believe that.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Dude. It's made me a fair amount of Pulse too in that year. I've been happy. It can always be more, of course, but I'm happy with it. Oh yeah. See, I mean, that's what I thought. I didn't know if it was grayscale, but I know it's got to be. I mean, that's a lot of money.
That is.
It's still the ETH asset could absorb that kind of. I think that kind of sell pressure. It would wreck the chart, but it could absorb it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like you said, yeah, I mean, you said this a bunch, Corey. Like it's all really kind of playing out right according to plan. It's exciting to see where we're at and where we're headed. Am I laggy again?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Oh, maybe you are a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, but yeah. So,
But right on track.
yeah, well, cool. I think it's a good place to kind of wrap things up. Grab some lunch. Guys, we're here the rest of the week. Open mic Friday as always. Come on. Let's talk anything crypto, anything real estate, anything money. We could talk about mindset and spirituality like we did last week. That was fun. We got deep into a lot of books last week, which was cool. We can do that again. Guys, we're an open book. Come on here and let's wrap. And so, yeah, this is a good place to kind of wrap things up. And we appreciate it, guys. Hit the likes and subscribes too. Come on. Boost the algorithm. You guys over on Twitter, like, why do you guys like watching these things on Twitter? Go over on YouTube, at least smash the bell notification, smash the like, comment also on YouTube. That helps boost the algorithm. I mean, let's get this show screaming, man. We love cutting through the narratives. We want to make sure we bring the good word of Pulse Chain all throughout, not only the bear market, but the bull market. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.